Hi everybody, thanks for joining me for another tutorial in Melinda's Rubber Room. I'm Melinda Pierce and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here today to show you how I put together this card. So I'm going to get right to it. This card uses the Potted Geraniums stamp set and dies. This is a beautiful stamp set, great sayings in it, as well as the dies that allow you to create so many different things. So make sure you check that one out. This set is in the main catalog from Stampin' Up! And you can purchase it directly from my online store at melindapierce.stampinup.net. So the first thing I'm going to do is use my corner die here and cut this out. Just going to line it up on my paper like so, and use some washi tape to hold that down. Now this card was part of my card kit in the mail for October. It's a series of 3 cards that I offer, and you receive everything that you need to make the cards, with the exception of the stamped images. I can't provide those according to Stampin' Up's policies, but you will receive everything else to make the card. And for the stamped images, in place of those, I do offer alternate versions of the card using die cut images from designer series paper. So you will still get everything you need to make the cards. They'll just be a little bit different. Okay, so I'm going to move that aside, bring in my cut and emboss machine. And I'm going to put down my number 1 plate and my number 2 plate and one of my clear plates, and put my card down and another clear plate right on top of that. I'm just going to take my die off. This is a pretty intricate die, so you do need to be a little careful taking it off. And all of those die cut pieces should come out. It's one of the things I love about the cut and emboss machine. It does do these really intricate dies without too much problems. Sometimes there are some that are a little fussy getting out, so I'm going to bring in my Take-A-Pick tool, try to help those pop out a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to take my piece of cardstock that I cut, and I'm just going to lay it right on top of my designer series paper. You can see this one is slightly different than the original. This all came from the same paper pack, and that was from the Rustic Harvest designer series paper. A beautiful set of designer series paper, perfect for all your fall cards. And just going to take my Tombow glue and adhere that right on top. Just going to run the glue down right along the edge and just along some of the larger white areas. And just putting a couple of dots here and there just to hold it down onto the paper. I'm just lining that up so that it's even on the top and the bottom. And then I'm going to go ahead and mount that. Let me turn this over so we don't get glue all over the place. I'm going to mount that on top of my card like that. Before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and stamp that hello. I don't want too many layers underneath. That might make it inconsistent. So there we go. Got my little hello on there. Just going to attach this to the front of my card. I've already gone ahead and adhered my old olive piece of cardstock onto my crushed curry card base. Like so. Before I did that, I should have actually wrapped this around. Let me see if I can still get that off. There we go. So I'm just going to wrap this around my card. And I'm going to just tuck it in underneath. It's already got glue on there, so it should hold okay. Otherwise, I would normally just tape it on the back. So I'm going to glue that down like so. If you do forget to wrap your ribbon around, you can just attach the bow to the pot instead of wrapping the ribbon all the way around. So that's an alternative layout idea. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is stamp our pots and our geraniums. So this is a two-step stamp process. So you have a bolder image and a lighter image. Let me get some white cardstock here. Okay, so the geraniums are going to stamp the leaves, the outline image. I'm going to stamp those full strength, just like that. And then the bolder image, we're still going to use Old Olive, but we're going to stamp off that image to create a lighter image when you actually stamp the second time. Just trying to line these up like so. So there you can see that double image with the darker on the line, and then the inside is the lighter image. I'm going to do the same thing with the pots. This time we're using the crushed curry, and we're going to use the pot that has part of it cut out. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. You can see this image here is cut out right there. So that is going to be our full strength stamp. And then we're going to use the full pot image, and we're going to stamp off and stamp again. And there you get the two-toned pot image. And then we're going to use our dies to cut those out. So let me bring in the cut and emboss machine again. Lay that right there. Bring our dies in. Use some washi tape to hold those down. And just put your top plate on and run that through. Pop those dies out. Bring the card back in, and then we will just add dimensionals to raise those up just a bit. So what I like to do is leave some space up at the top that is clear of the dimensionals, and that way I can slide the stem right underneath there. And I'll add some dimensionals to the geraniums. Slide that right underneath that pot. And I like to have the leaves kind of sitting up above the pot. I think it just makes it look a little bit more natural. So there is that so far. And then I do have some little embellishments again to add to this card. Again, I'm using the Subtle Shimmer sequins. These are the same ones that I used in my other card for my card class in the mail. And I do have some overstamping on this hello, so I'm going to put some sequins up here to kind of cover that up. And then sprinkle a couple down here, maybe one right down here. Going to bring in my Take-A-Pic tool, drop those right into place. Picking up my sequin with the one edge of the Take-A-Pic tool and dropping it in place on top of the glue dot that I made. And one more down here, like so. And there is that completed card on the front. And then on the inside, I just have a piece of white cardstock. And I repeated the leaves, or the geranium, down at the bottom. Again, the outline image first, and then the darker image. I'm sorry, this is actually the stamped off image, which is the shading. The filled in stamp goes right on top. And I'll glue that to the inside. And there is the completed card. Hope you enjoyed that little tutorial. Again, if you're interested in my card class in the mail for November, make sure you check that out online on my Facebook page at Melinda's Rubber Room. All the details are there for the November card class. And if you'd like to join us on Wednesdays, I usually have a free Zoom sessions from 10 a.m. to noon at Pacific time. Again, you can find that information also at my Facebook page at Melinda's Rubber Room. If you have any questions, or if you'd like to purchase anything, feel free to reach out to me. You can purchase directly from my online store at melindapierce.stampinup.net. Thanks again for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.